Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 7. Who gonna check me, boo? So Drew showed up to the party. She showed up to the function. Sonya is there to greet her with open arms. You know, thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you came because I really did want to talk to you. I'm so glad that you came. She introduces her to her mom and all of that. She done got there after the cooking. She done got there to sit down to eat. Anyway, they sit down to eat, and Sonya, you know, she pulls out the prize for the Dutzy wine contest, and the winner is Marlo. And her prize is she get to wear one of her gold medals for the rest of the night. I said, girl, you flexing, but okay. Do your thing, okay? Do your thing. Anyway, they're talking, and she says that she wants to talk to Drew. You know, she's been trying to talk to her, and Drew is like, I mean, I don't know why you keep saying that. Like, you was just with me when we were with my makeup artist and when you was get your makeup done for free. And so then she pretends to not know that what she just said was shady. When she is definitely being shady. And she then starts to paint this narrative that Sonya doesn't pay her bills. You know, she's just like, but did you pay him? And Sonya's like, you didn't give me an invoice. Like, I would have paid him. So now Sonya's like, I'm going to pay you and pay them people double for the trouble. Because you're not about to be out here saying I don't pay my bills. We're not about to play that game. Sonya and Drew continue to, you know, rehash their issues and everything. And Drew starts making faces, and so Sonya's mama's like, don't make the faces, be respectful. You sitting up there making faces and shit. I was like, this whole thing is dumb. I was with Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce said, what they arguing about is so silly. Like, please with this. Drew ends up telling Sonya that she's a clout chaser and that, you know, she's a pick-me. She's a try-hard. And Sonya's like, clout chasing off you? I am a 4-time winning Olympic gold medalist. Put some respect on my name. Don't you ever do that. Of course, the ladies felt like, ooh, that was a read. So now Drew got to get out the hot seat. And she's like, so Kenya, did you tell Candy how you felt about the sex stuff? Kenya like, since you gonna drag me down in the mud with you, Candy, I just didn't appreciate, you know, I really didn't like all of that. You know, we was with other people's husbands, and I really wasn't comfortable with it. Candy don't like that. So you went and told Drew you had a problem with it instead of telling me. Mama Joyce say, if you ain't want to wed, then you ain't have to wed. Don't nobody have control over my vagina but me. I said, not vagina. Anyway, I mean, which is true. Like, you didn't have to make a fuss about it. Just don't wed. Simple. But Candy also made them feel like they were lame for not doing it. You know, don't do that either. You made it a big deal and made it seem like it was something they had to do, which is why Sonya and Drew fell in line. You know, you FaceTiming them and everything and telling them you need to have them on and you need to be ready. Girl, was it a game or was it mandatory? I mean, and it wasn't even necessary. Like, it wasn't appropriate for the setting. Anyway, they hashed that out. I don't think that, you know, it was that big of an issue, but maybe so. Candy was on some, like, she couldn't believe that Kenya had anything to say in the first place. Not you, the girl who played the leading role in Twa. And it's like, really, Candy, she got paid to do that. That was an acting job. Like, that has nothing to do with who she is as a person. Like, every role that you play is not going to encompass who you are. So try again. that one didn't even make sense. Then we see Marlo. She has a whole charity, a nonprofit called, what's it called? Glam It Up. That's her nonprofit. But she was at the Ultimate Women's Expo doing a panel situation, and they were, you know, questioning her about her background and what her charity nonprofit is and what they do. It's a nonprofit for girls in the foster care system. And so, you know, she takes them out to nice dinners. You know, she gives them, I'm sure she's giving them etiquette courses and buys them nice clothes, and she gets, you know, different sponsors because she, you know, name dropped, of course, and told us everybody that's ever donated to her charity. And so it's been up and running since 2011. good for you. You know, it's always good to see Marlo in another light besides how we always see her. Drew and her family, they sit around and commiserate on not liking Drew. I mean, not Drew, Sonya and her family sit around and commiserate on not liking Drew. You know, she fills him in on the dinner and what happened. And then, you know, she has to run back her read. I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Put some respect on my name and her daddy. You know, whatever. Because sis was all in on the stuff too. Sis say it's not like she was Melanie on the game. And then daddy and mama like, what's the game? Anyway, excuse me. Marlo, after the event, she gets on the line with Drew. Drew want to know what happened, you know, what she missed at the dinner. And so, you know, she fills her in on everything. Marlo got issues with Candy and Kenya. Drew got issues with Sonya. You know, they feel like Sonya's on the wrong team. And when it comes to Candy, Marlo feels like she's not a good friend. She wasn't a good friend to Sheree. And she feels like Kenya wasn't a good friend. I mean, she feels like Kenya is lying about being sick. Marlo and Drew are, both of them need to be doing something on here. Both of them are trying to solidify their place. And so they got issues. It's like they got issues with everybody. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Because to me, it's all so true. Sheree has her life coach come over and, you know, of course, he's following up. How's everything going? How you been? She says she's been holding in, you know, hanging in there. And of course, what does that entail? What do you mean by that? And she shares, you know, how she got stood up in Philadelphia. And he asked her, you know, where they stand now. And of course, she's still not speaking to him. She says she fled. And he tells her that she's going to have to start pouring into other things, pouring into herself and not into other things and other people, especially Tyrone. We ain't going to go get no more jailbirds no more. And we need to start pouring into you and what you want to do. Like, what do you love? And she says her business that has been struggling for a long time. Of course, we get a whole montage of the She by Sheree saga. And apparently she's gonna, you know, put more effort into that. Good for you. Kenny and Todd are at the guest house. They're, you know, still clearing things out, and they start going through the old clothes, whatever. And she calls Marlo to see if she can, you know, donate some stuff to the nonprofit. And when she calls Marlo basically turns it down. Like, no, thank you. I don't take hand-me-downs from my girls. I give them new items, you know, gift cards, new things, because as a foster child, you always get the hand-me-downs. And, you know, I just want my girls to have something new. I understand all of that. I think the issue is Marlo's delivery is sometimes kind of pretentious. And don't call them hand-me-downs, or, you know, like, because people shop. I shop at Goodwill. I thrift all the time. And I pull some nice pieces up out of the thrift. So I didn't take no offense to that. You know, do what you do. You know, but I get it. I get wanting to give those girls a different experience, something different. You know, all the charities giving hand-me-downs. This one, we're going to give you the brand new stuff. We want you to feel special and important, you know, and not, oh, here, look through this bag and see what you can fit. You know, they always get that. So I understood both sides. Don't vilify the person that's trying to give or that wants to give. But then again, also, you have to be sensitive to that sort of thing, you know? So maybe asking, do you guys take donated clothing? You know, and then that's when you know. But apparently, and I think I've read that, you know, in other people's comments that Candy said on Speak on It that they had already talked about Candy donating the clothes, and she was supposed to come over and, you know, help sort through it. So the cameras got to rolling and Marlo kind of switched up on her. I don't know. And that's definitely believable. That's plausible as well. But I definitely, from what we saw, I can see both sides. I really can. Kenya and Sheree, they have lunch, and Kenya is talking about, you know, the hair care line, that she's missing some deadlines. She got a lot going on in her life, and so she's got to step it back up. She got to get back on track. She cannot lose her Walmart deal. So she's going to get everything squared away. So that's what she's been dealing with. Sheree says she, too, has been dealing with issues with her business. She's been dealing with the whole sexism situation. Every time she get to working with somebody, they trying to hook up. They want to date, you know, and she don't want that. And so Kenya suggests, you know, we're going to have to just get you an all-female team. Got to get all women around you. So there's that. Then we start talking about the situation with Marlo. And Kenya and Marlo, Kenya feeling like Marlo is a double agent. Like, it's like, you cool? Are we cool or not? Like, we just got back cool, and here you coming for me, trying to paint a picture like I'm lying and that, you know, like I'm not a good friend. She don't like that. She gonna have to get that straight. When it came to her not being there for Sheree, Kenya wants her to know, you know, I wanted to be there for you. I was genuinely sick. And it's obvious. It is obvious that that lady for the past few episodes has been under the weather. It's obvious, you know. So I don't think that she's lying about that. It's pretty obvious she's under the weather and not feeling well. But she does want her to know, you know, like, I'm here for you. I wasn't trying to do that. You know, like, I wasn't trying to miss the whole situation. Yeah, I was glammed up, but I was glammed up to come out there for you. And she says, yeah, Drew came and helped. She's like, Drew didn't help. Drew just came to drop off what I told her to drop off. Honestly, Kenya, you weren't there, so you didn't see the fact that Drew did help. She did indeed help. She made cupcakes. She did a lot more than you thought. So there's that. We see Candy in LA in wardrobe, you know, doing her thing, because she was flying out to shoot for a la carte. And so she's in LA doing that. Then we see Marlo cooking dinner with a friend. Then we see Drew. She's at Five Church, and Five Church got some cute drinks and some good food. So if you're ever in the Atlanta area, go to Five Church. It's real nice. Anyway, they at Five Church, and what's the girl name? Sonya gets there first. And it's awkward, of course, between she and Drew. But finally, somebody comes in there to break the ice. I want to say it was Marlo that got there next. But anyway, she gets there and she tells the ladies about, you know, what Candy did and how she didn't really appreciate that. Kenya's there as well. I want to say everybody showed up by now. But anyway, once Marlo tells them that, Kenya don't really like that. Kenya's like, why would you, you know, why are you trying to vilify her just like you vilified me and trying to say that I'm lying about being sick? And Marlo's like, I still don't think that you're sick. I still don't think that you were sick. They go back and forth about that, around the corner, all of that. She calls her wig a mess. Kenya says, I know my wig's a mess. I'm trying to tell you I'm sick. I was trying to get here. I was trying to be here. I know it's a mess, girl. Anyway, bottom line is, when it comes to those two, that's what they gonna do. That's just what they gonna do. But she say, I got love for Kenya. I'm always, you know, look out for her, make sure she good. I got love for her and Brooklyn. So there's that. Sonya takes the opportunity, you know, she takes the floor. She thanks everybody for coming to her dinner and everything. And then she apologizes to Marlo and Sheree for not inviting them to the Mommy Nation shoot. And she says, you know, so I want to make it up to you, you know, and Drew chimes in, you gonna make it up to the uninvited too? Girl, we still got issues. We still gotta talk. Okay. So she invites them to Portland she's got a Nike shoot. She wants them to come. Then Drew and Sonya have to have a back and forth. Sonya's whole thing with Drew is she's always over talking her, which she does. It's like, shut up and let somebody speak. You don't even know what the issue is, what the problem is, because you are too busy talking. You can't hear. Be quiet. Sonya gets annoyed, gets loud. Now we in each other's faces. You know, it's a mess. It really is. Drew calling Sonya unstable and all of that. You know, went from 0 to 100. You're unstable. She gets up to leave. Kenya goes after her. And then Kenya has to tell her too, girl, no, you were cutting her off. Like, she didn't just go left. You were cutting her off. You wouldn't let her speak. That's why she got angry. Anyway, girl, see you in Portland. She says she ain't going to Portland. She was uninvited again because apparently, allegedly, Sonya had invited her to the Nike shoot as well. And now she's uninvited. They just can't get it together. I don't know what Sonya's problem is. She's made an issue with Drew. And Drew's so dumb to realize that this is all contrived. And she could just pay her ass dust and not give her what she's trying to get from you. Because this is just to keep her storyline rolling. I got an issue with Drew. I gotta keep this issue with Drew. Drew, girl, don't you know how to play this game yet? Don't fool her. Don't film with her. Don't give her that energy. Let her be mad all by herself. I would be cordial as hell, and when you see her, all of that, don't give her nothing. Give her nothing, and then what does she have to drag? Absolutely nothing. Drew don't be. We see Marlo and the boys. I forgot to tell y'all, when she got there, she also told them that later that day she was gonna have a phone conversation with her sister. Her sister is still incarcerated, but she has an opportunity to go to an outpatient program, and the judge is only going to allow her to go if she agrees to go to inpatient. She wants to go to outpatient. No, ma'am. He ain't letting her out to go run amok and do whatever it is she's doing, because right now she's not on any meds, and it's obvious that she needs some form of medication for her mental illness. And so she's going to have a conversation with her sister, and hopefully being on the phone, on the FaceTime with the boys, will get her to go. And so she calls, her sister, and the lawyer's on the phone, and we don't hear it, we don't see it. I'm sure they didn't get the clearance for that, but we see that she has the conversation, and she says that her sister was throwing chairs at the phone, and she got irate, cussing them out. It was all bad. She's gone. She's gone. She needs some meds. She needs some help, and it would seem like you could just court order her there. You can't just court order her there. Like you can't Baker act her and make her go to an inpatient program. I guess, I don't know is she here in Atlanta? Maybe, I don't know. But the conversation didn't go well. Marlo was crying, the boys was crying, but I pray that whatever her sister's going through, that she comes out of this, whole, with a sound mind. Because I'm sure that this is not something easy to deal with, let alone, you having to care for and be there for, your sister's kids. We gonna pray for Marlo and her family. And y'all, we wanted it. We was always saying, what Marlo got going on? What she got going on in her family? Like, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. So Marlo say, on my first season, I'm coming in with a bang. But not her first season, but her first season as a peach holder. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.